Our old engine had died on the way to Bremer Bay. In very light winds, we made it to Bremer at 2 a.m. in darkness. We spent 2 weeks at Bremer trying to revive the engine, then gave up and sailed back to Albany and ordered a new Yanmar engine and Saildrive. The lifting yard was at Emu Point on the Oyster Harbour waterway, so we needed a car to get around and organise a lift out to replace the engine. We got a good long-term rate from Albany Truck and Car Rental on a not-so-new but good condition car, and they were within pedal distance on our fold-up bikes. While waiting for the new engine to arrive, we did some more exploring. We took a drive out to Denmark, the town in Western Australia. After an early start, it was into Raven's Coffee. With a veranda, the third crew member could join us. A beautiful riverside park opposite. The highway bridge into Denmark. Denmark River flows beside Denmark and out into Wilson Inlet. The Heritage Trail Bridge. An old railway bridge and track transformed. Part of the Bibbulmun track from Kalamunda near Perth to Albany. 1,000 k long for the very fit. From the bridge looking out to Wilson Inlet. Wilson Inlet, 13 kilometers long. Seven swans are swimming. The inlet is not navigable from the ocean. Southern Ocean, so wetsuits prevail. Back in Albany, we wandered around the local area. A long grain train going into the harbour. At our second home berth in the marina. We drove to Emu Point to organise lifting out and to look for somewhere to stay while working on the boat. The lifting yard, the new engine to be delivered here. We organised a cabin at Emu Beach Chalets. A short walk to a beautiful beach. The fish cleaning hut by the boat ramp attracted the well-fed pelicans. A nice walk and cycle track from Middleton Beach to the harbour. Looking back to Emu Point. Mark McRae runs Southern Ocean Sailing with his yacht beside us in the marina. He very kindly offered to push us over to Emu Point Marina. Fortunately, a very calm morning. While waiting for the lift out, we moved into our new home for the next month. Can't I chase those bush animals? Back to breakfast in bed times. Finally out at last. Now the work begins. A shady spot in the hire car. First, all the gear in the rear of the boat had to be moved forward to midships. The hot water tank moved outside. Old Saildrive propped for support prior to being disconnected from the engine. Engine disconnected from Saildrive and slid into the galley space. Saildrive ready for extraction. A complicated structure to lift, then slide the engine out into the cockpit. Shackles sliding on galvanized pipe supported by ropes and a G-clamp. And into the cockpit. Next comes the yard crane. To lift the engine out of the cockpit and onto the ground. Then the Saildrive, it had to be tilted back towards the stern of the boat. To get the propeller housing and shaft out through the hull opening. Then slid forward to the galley. Then a massive cleanup and repaint of the engine mounts and all the rear of the boat. Ready for installation. The new Saildrive lifted by the mizzen halyard, with a guy rope out to another boat, to keep it away from free ascent. Installation the reverse of extraction, sliding back behind the Saildrive hole. Then slid forward and down into the mounting hole. Next the new engine, crane lifted into the cockpit. Lifted and slid into the cabin. Then slid as far back as possible into the engine space before being lowered down. Spanish windlass to lift the rear and drag the engine closer. Then come along winch and chain. Spanish windlass for crosswise positioning. Then final mating with a bit of twisting the Saildrive spline, using the propeller outside. From Sue's blog. Happily installed, with all plumbing and electrics. Then with fresh and a fouling paint, it was back into the water. An in-water motor test, then back to the Albany Marina to recuperate. We still had the hire car, so a tourist day out to the forest of giant tingle trees. An early start, so coffee and breakfast in Denmark at the usual. Then some coastal tourism. Green's Pool. Elephant Rocks. Look closely. Waterfall Beach. The Forest of Giants and the Airwalk, 50 meters and more above the ground below. We return to Albany and an unusual seabird gathering. And final preparations to leave Albany and continue east. Next, we sail to Esperance and do a few more equipment upgrades on the boat to prepare for crossing the Bight to Ceduna.